Cabin, Windmill Bar, Friendly Buffalo, Tootsie's, Trails Grill, Scoops Pub and Grub, Muddy Cow Coon Rapids, Chanticleer Pizza Coon Rapids, Bricks Pub and Grub, American Legion Chaska, The Happy Hour in the Corner, The Howling Dog Pub, Andy's Bar and Grill, Odenberg Brewing Company, or even Lindsay's Barbecue and Grill. Those are the latest locations getting Pilot TVs unwrapped and installed.
Awesome to see those locations getting them, and hopefully we can see more of those great locations that have Pilot Games iPads getting those Pilot TVs so that we can show off those great jackpots and celebrate with you guys. We do have 25 balls dropped in this very first game of Game Day Bingo, though. We got players 13 balls away. We'll see if we can give out any of these jackpots. If we don't give out these jackpots, we do have a $9.40 must-go prize. So, a prize that will get you a few games in the next game. So should be some fun stuff. That's what I always think of. I'm like, a nice little must-go can definitely help pay for the next few games and maybe a drink for you. We do have 8 balls away for Sarah and Super D. We'll see who can end up taking this one home. As we talk about some jackpots, we've given out 29 jackpots over the last 7 days, 73 jackpots during this season 13, closing in on our first 100 jackpots of season 13.
Already.
And we got the jackpot winners from yesterday. 5 of them went out, and the first one went out to Rufus over at Belchester Tavern, taking home a nice prize of $7,414. Definitely an awesome prize for Rufus going out there.
Nicely done. Good job to Rufus. Are you trying to find the naked mole rat?
I was just trying to think if I was trying to think of Rufus characters, and yes, it's probably the naked mole rat from Kim Possible.
Yeah, that's the one that really comes to mind.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was thinking of. Is any other Rufus I don't recognize whatsoever.
Yeah, no. Well, congratulations to Rufus out getting that jackpot. Nicely done. We had a couple other winners as well, as just yesterday we gave out a jackpot to player Bon. They were playing over at American Legion New London and took home $1,091, but we got our first winner of Game Day Bingo here.
Snow over at American Legion Fridley, taking home $9.40 in this very first game. We'll now be getting rolled into game number 2 of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less and only growing in money amount. Should be some fun stuff as you guys get enrolled in this game. But we got more jackpots to talk about, as you were just talking about Bon, who took home that amazing $1,091 prize.
Oh, absolutely. And next up, we had the largest jackpot winner of yesterday, taking home, what was it, the coverall jackpot in Skull Bingo?
Yes, it was the coverall jackpot in Skull Bingo.
That's right, and it went out to player Trish. They were playing over at Eagles Litchfield and took home the whopping $41,195.
Yeah, an absolutely awesome prize, which I think lands them at the second largest jackpot to go out this season. As I think we gave out a $50,000 prize already this season, but I want to double check that before I say for sure, because that may be the largest prize.
57,000 out to Lucky.
Yes, 57. That's the largest. So second largest jackpot to go out is going out to that lovely player on that Monday, Trish.
Absolutely.
But also taking home a nice prize on Monday, not to discredit the little bit lesser jackpots, $1,079, an absolutely awesome prize. I'd be ecstatic to win that. And we had Mona over at the Red Door Bar taking home that prize.
Nicely done, Mona. We also had one other jackpot winner taking home a prize, and it was Ho Cha Joe playing over at Jack B's Kitchen and Cocktails, taking home $699.
Well, good job to all of those winners on that Monday. Definitely nice to see so many jackpots go out on a Monday early on this week, and hopefully we can get some more added to this list this week, as you guys maybe even want to be joining the eTab jackpot list, as we have a new eTab hitting your iPads this Thursday. It's called Lucky Star.
All right.
It seems like a super fun one. I don't know all the details on it yet, but I'm super excited for you guys to be able to play it, as whenever we release a new eTab game, it's always exciting, and Lucky Star just adding to the list of great eTab games.
Oh, absolutely. Apparently there's this phenomena going on right now called Lucky Girl Syndrome, where girls are going around just being like, good things happen to me. Good things happen to me. Good things will come my way. I'm a good person. Good things happen to me. And it's almost like this manifestation thing where then in turn, good things come their way.
Yes.
And this is just kind of fitting because the one I saw today was a girl having fun in a casino. And it's her and her girlfriend just sitting there sipping cocktails saying, I'm lucky. Good things come my way. She took home $15,000 that night.
Hey, well, maybe use that technique in the games you're playing right now, because you might be able to take home some great prize. Be like, good things come to me. I'm going to win a huge prize.
And take home this mega.
Yeah, maybe it'll work out for you. But definitely some awesome stuff in that game, and definitely awesome to hear about someone just getting a little bit of lucky and getting something to work out for them. Yeah, but it does seem to, go that way. When you say, like, oh, good thing, when you expect good things happen. I feel like more often. When you expect bad things happen more often. So it's always good to have that positive mindset. But if you guys want to aid in that positive mindset and knowing when the best jackpots are available, because that will always, ease my mind a little bit, head on over to our Facebook page and give us a like and follow. Not only will you know where the jackpots are sitting at, but you'll also be able to see the weekly bingo schedule, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. You also have the option of clicking that link tree at the top of our Facebook page, as that has links to bar locations, our socials, and more there as well. So everything you need for Pilot Games is right there on that Facebook page. So definitely check it out.
Oh, absolutely. But if you want to know what we run through each and every day in our bingo schedule, we'll run through the entirety of it for you guys right now, because we get our bingo day started each and every day with this game day bingo that you guys are playing right now. It kickstarts each and every day from 12, and you get your first opportunity from that 12 time all the way until 1 p.m. And right after that, that's when you get your first chance at that Lucky 4 bingo jackpot that's got over $72,000 on the line. So make sure you guys are sticking around for that one, because after that, whatever these cash prizes grow at the end of this lunchtime show, you get to pick right back up and play this game day bingo from 1 all the way until 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah, and all those game day bingo games will be growing and rolling over to our happy hour. The happy hour gets started with one game of Lucky 4 bingo at 4 p.m. and ends the same way with a game at 6 p.m. But in between, you'll have more opportunities of game day bingo running from 4 all the way till 6, where you should have some great prizes on the line.
We do have our winner as Geppy Vets over at Old Piper and Lakeville is taking home that minor prize, that Musco prize, $8.80 on that one, going out to you. Nicely done in this game number 2. We're about to be enrolled in our third round of game day bingo with that minor prize clicking up to 56 balls or less.
Definitely a very high likelihood it could be going out at 56 balls or less. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled in present play in the next 2 minutes. But I was talking about we end off that game, those happy hour bingo games with one game of Lucky 4 bingo at 6 p.m. And that'll lead you into Skull bingo. It normally runs from 6 all the way till 10, but will be interrupted in the middle. But doesn't mean you don't want to come out for Skull bingo, as there's a line prize of $571 that you could take home in 10 balls or less. A large frame of $20,163 you could take home in 43 balls or less, and a coverall of $853 you could take home in 50 balls or less. All should be a great stuff going after those Skull bingo prizes. And the only time you'll be interrupted on that Skull bingo is during MegaSota game night. It happens at 6:40 every single Tuesday, and you guys will be able to take home a bunch of PGL points and prizes, like a Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale of $4,564 you could take home in 54 balls or less. Definitely a fun interruption for that Skull bingo. And then after that MegaSota game night, you'll be able to finish that all the way until 10 o'clock with Skull bingo.
Absolutely. And then we have a similar interruption tomorrow night that you guys can check out, as our Wild Wednesday happens each and every Wednesday from 7 till 9 p.m. at night. It's got Ian and Will taking on over that ice studio, giving out those jackpots and PGL points along the way. And their grand finale game is 2 rounds of game day bingo, so it has a little extra ante and a little bit of extra opportunities to take home some great cash. So make sure you guys are coming out for either that MegaSota game night tonight at 6:40 or our Wild Wednesday tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Oh, yeah, but right now we only have 45 seconds till we are enrolled in this game number 3 of Game Day Bingo. We got that minor prize, $200, available in 56 balls or less. All should be great stuff in this game, as we're about to talk about our first national day of today, National Hot Buttered Rum Day. On January 17th, National Hot Butter Rum Day warms us up during the mid-January.
And if you guys didn't know, hot buttered rum is a mixed drink containing rum, butter, hot water, or cider, a sweetener, and a variety of spices.
Ooh.
It is especially popular in the fall and winter time and is traditionally associated with the holiday season. In the United States, the drink has a lengthy history that dates back to the colonial days.
Yes, and the rum that you'd use for this drink is a Jamaican or blackstrap rum.
All right.
That's what pairs best with the richness of this cocktail.
Well, the most that you can taste are the notes of the spiced rum that you use or the richness of whatever butter you add.
Definitely interesting. I think I'd prefer it with a nice cider. I think cider to sweeten up the flavors in that would really pair well with hot butter rum, type taste.
Oh, absolutely. Well, apparently during the mid 1600s, Jamaica had began exporting molasses, and that is from which rum is distilled to the colonial America.
Definitely cool stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely a really, really interesting drink for sure. That I would have to take a few thoughts before, take a few, looks at it before I probably ended up ordering it on any kind of menu, as it seems super tasty, but any kind of hot alcoholic beverage scares me a bit.
I
But
completely
after
agree.
I had the spiked hot cocoa at when we went wine tasting, I had a spiked hot cocoa that had this really good
Brandy.
this really good cherry brandy in it, and I very much enjoyed that. And so I was like, maybe I'm not as anti-spiked hot liquor as I once thought.
Yeah, during this time in New England, when they were starting to explore distilled rums, they began making beverages such as like the hot toddies and eggnog and buttered rum, and they all kind of came from that same era.
Okay, definitely some cool stuff. Well, happy hot buttered rum day. Definitely a cool one that if you haven't tried before, maybe you can try it wherever you're drinking at right now.
Absolutely. But next up, we have National Classy Day. And on National Classy Day, we celebrate those who were graced with the ability to live their lives with class, passion, and who are driven to share it with others. On January 17th, honor those class acts and commemorate the birth of one of the most legendary comedians ever to walk the earth.
Yeah, I'm going to make you guess on who it is, but we got Jones over at Scoop's Pub and Grill taking home a nice must-go prize of $12.50. Good job, Jones, in this game number three of Game Day Bingo. We're now getting enrolled into a game number 4 with that minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Now, who do you think was born on today that just walked with class and was a comedian?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. That's definitely a great guess, for sure. But I'll give you a little bit bigger of a guess. She is definitely a bit more classy than Robin Williams, I would say.
Female comedian who walked with class. Living or past?
Past.
Betty White? I don't know.
Absolutely,
Is it
it's Betty White.
I was like, who's the classiest broad I know?
100% Betty White. Absolutely classy. A great comedian and definitely deserves to be highlighted on this national day, as she was one of those people that definitely was able to mix comedy and class into one go, which was something that you don't see very
Amazing
often.
woman.
Just a very, very. We actually watched not too long ago, about 2 years ago now. We watched a really, really fun cat documentary with her in it, as she is absolutely
wild
obsessed
side.
with cats, apparently, and she feels connected with
She
the cats,
tamed
and
a
it's so good.
lion.
She did. She tamed a lion, absolutely.
And she just spoke to it like this.
And it calmed down. It was
I
it was
could cry.
absolutely great.
I love Betty White. I
No.
love that this day was for her. I was gonna say, because I felt like Robin Williams was an appropriate guess.
Oh, that definitely is an appropriate guess. I was just, trying to help clarify it for
No,
you.
I'm
As
glad
she's
you
like,
did.
I feel like class is like one of the best ways to talk about Betty
is.
White, as she was just classy, funny, loved sharing everything with everyone, and so it's a great day to highlight her.
Absolutely. And so it's her birthday as well.
Yes.
Aw,
Yes.
that makes me happy. I will definitely have a lot to talk about when it gets to her, but you guys have just about 40 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo with that minor prize already at 58 balls or less, and you guys got that prize over $200 already. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting ready in the next 30 seconds to get into this next round of Game Day Bingo. What are you looking up? The classiest acts of Hollywood?
Yeah, Hollywood class act stars. That's what I'd like to know. Okay, so now we got some of Hollywood's biggest class act stars, and we'll see who they put in this list. Okay, it looks like they
Halle Berry,
uh,
Scarlett Johansson,
Tom Hanks. We also got Uma Thurman.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yes, 100%. He's a class
He's a
act.
classy guy.
He's just a classy guy for sure. Let's see who else that they want to put on this list, as I've enjoyed the list so far, for sure. Has been a bunch of class acts.
Charlize Theron.
Okay.
I love him. Colin Firth.
I know this is one of your favorite, just classy guys, just a great
He's
guy.
awesome. Kate Blanchett.
Okay, I'm not familiar with her.
Halle Berry.
Oh.
See, the ones I looked up are a little bit more what I think of when I think of class acts. They're like Audrey Hepburn or Meryl Streep.
Oh, yes. I think they were going with
or-
the current class acts of Hollywood was more of what they were going towards in that list, where this has, other class acts that are still going. Oh, one of my favorite, go up a little bit, Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews.
Absolutely love her. I don't know of her, like, really as an outside actress, but her in The Sound of Music was absolutely fantastic. And then her again in the
Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries. I liked her in both those, as Princess Diaries was one of my sister's favorite movies, and then Sound of Music was just one of my family's favorite movies growing up.
Absolutely. I love Julie Andrews.
Yeah, she's definitely one of my favorite class
She
acts.
plays the queen in the Shrek.
Oh, she totally does. She 100% does.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a great, great woman.
Yeah, super, super great stuff there. So today we're celebrating those who are
Class
super
acts.
classy, National Classy Day, and also honoring great a birthday on today of one of the best class acts to walk Earth,
Betty White.
Betty White.
Yeah, that's some awesome stuff. Well, happy National Classy. Was it Classy Day? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next up is International Mentoring Day. Before I get into this great international day, we do have a Musco winner.
That's right. Lucky Nana over at the Sunset Grill is taking home $15.40 on this round number 4. We're about to be enrolled in a round number 5 now, almost to that halfway mark through these games, where that minor prize is clicking up to 60 balls or less. Definitely a little bit more doable to get it in your pocket.
Absolutely. But I was talking about International Mentoring Day, and on January 17th, International Mentoring Day fosters a global understanding of the mentoring movement throughout the world. The day also raises awareness for the global contributions of mentoring.
I love mentoring.
Oh, I mean, passing on information to the next generation is absolutely one of the most important things in our society, and it's been one of the most used things in our society for so long. It's how information was passed for, generations. Now the internet does a lot of teaching for us, but then still the need for mentoring is absolutely a necessity to be able to succeed in a lot of work fields and a lot of different things.
Absolutely. And just even transitional periods. We had something at my high school where the juniors and seniors were assigned incoming freshmen each fall and helped them make that transition into our high school, as our high school is just like absurdly large. And
Yes.
so they would start a day or two prior to the upperclassmen, and we would give them like a couple days with their mentors to kind of go around the school, get questions, lay the land, help joining any committees or tryouts that they wanted to be a part of. And I did it both my junior and senior
Yes.
years, and I absolutely loved
That's
it.
definitely an awesome thing to do. I mean, that's really, really cool. I think just being able to go out and, do those, any kind of those, helping out other people learn where they want to go is definitely awesome to hear about.
I got to be assigned my young cousin when she was coming in my senior year and her freshman year. It was definitely a lot of fun.
That's definitely really cool. I remember, Jobs Day was always one of those things that you got a lot of information on it, and they did the little mentoring that they could, where you'd have, multiple different classrooms with specific jobs, and you just, pick out, the 5 classrooms you'd be visiting throughout that day, and that was always fun because you'd go up to those people and you'd be able to talk with them. They'd be able to give you a little bit of advice, not necessarily, sit down and mentor you, but give you a better idea of like what you are getting yourself into, especially in high school, and helping you decide where you want to go with life afterwards, which is always awesome. I mean, probably the most I know it for is coaching trees in the NFL and stuff like that, and who's been the best mentor of coaches and stuff like that, as I know, like Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches of all time, one of the worst mentors of all time, as like whenever anyone hires a Bill Belichick disciple, they always don't work out. Where you got the Rams coach, Sean McVay, who's I think he's only like 40, 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not even 40.
I don't even know if he's in his 40s yet.
No, I think he was 38 last season, so he's probably 39 now.
He's 36 years old.
36. I thought he was 38.
He's only 36 years old, and his coaching tree is already spanning very, very far. Now, they give him quite a few coaches that maybe didn't coach under him for too long, but it's definitely interesting as he
the picture of him and his wife cracks me up.
Oh, yeah, definitely an
She looks like a model, and he's just happy to be there.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because he is a good-looking.
He is. It's just a really comical photo.
It definitely is a comical photo, though, as it is for many wealthy people. But we have
successful coaching tree.
Yeah, successful coaching tree. We have Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
He came from under Sean McVay, was the offensive coordinator for him last year. The offensive coordinator for him prior to Kevin O'Connell is now the head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals, who are now going to the second round of the playoffs to be able to compete.
How did the Rams do this year?
The Rams ended up not making the playoffs. They had a pretty rough year this year. And
I gotta say, Sean McVay is one of my favorite NFL coaches.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad favorite NFL coach. He's probably had one of the hottest starts to an NFL coaching career ever, and continues to be dominant. Now there's a lot of rumors that he might be leaving the Rams this year and taking like a sabbatical from coaching.
Really?
And I mean, if any coach can do that, it's him. Like, he's 36-year-old, has made a bunch of money, can take a break, and everyone's going to want him back once he comes back to coaching.
That's right.
But we do have a winner here, as we got D&M over at Northern Tap House, taking home a nice jackpot of $247. Good job, D&M, as we are now going to get enrolled into this next game.
Yeah, game number 5 we're about to be enrolled in. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting ready. And so we're going to have that double must-go as well. $23.50 getting tacked onto this next round.
Yeah, he might. Sean McVay might be the NFL's version of LeBron, as he gets to a team, he trades away all their draft picks to win a championship, which I guess it's definitely worth it. I think people hate the thought process of trading away all your picks and risk it all to be able to get one singular championship. Like, there's teams that go 30 years without championships, and so to risk it all to go get a championship, it's usually always worth it. And you can't have like the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick success. Like, you can't expect that. And so, like, I mean, it was worth it for him. LeBron does it every single time he goes to a team, trades away all their draft picks, gets a team competent enough to be able to go and try and win a championship. They go and compete for championships, and then once that all falls apart, they leave and they go to the next team, and then they trade away all their draft picks. And so maybe Sean McVay's going on the same route. He traded away all the Rams draft picks, let them deal with the rebuilding, and he can go off to maybe a different team. That's a horrible way to do it, but it is a way that you can win a lot of championships. Definitely some interesting stuff there. But International Mentoring Day isn't about leaving to go win more championships. It's about sticking around, helping out the new generation, and making things better.
Absolutely. Happy International Mentoring Day. We have one last national day to get into, as it is National Bootleggers Day. And National Bootleggers Day on January 17th recognizes an era when bootleggers became legendary.
Yeah, definitely some interesting stuff there. I know the one interesting thing about bootleggers is that they were the ones that started NASCAR.
Really?
Yeah.
I really don't know what bootlegging is. Is it just like, isn't it like pirating something?
Okay, so I just will explain the story of how bootleggers who became famous drivers. Um, well, actually, let me talk to you about bootlegging. Okay, the U.S. History: bootlegging was an illegal manufacture, transport, distribution, or sale of alcoholic beverages during the Prohibition period through 1920 through 1933.
Okay.
Yeah,
A bootlegger is someone who just makes, distributes, or sells goods illegally.
Yes,
That's
yes,
how I
but
need
when
to
we're
know.
talking about the bootleg era, we're talking about distributing
I just wanted
and
to know what it meant, yeah.
doing it with
Alcohol.
alcohol. And but I wanted to figure out if it has its roots in well, okay, many future NASCAR drivers cut their teeth bootlegging illegal moonshine in the 1940s, such as NASCAR Hall of Famer Junior Johnson.
Really?
Yeah, and Johnson began racing after the Prohibition and had a bunch of success through the 1960s.
All right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of start of NASCAR started with these guys learning how to drive so that they could get away with being a bootlegger.
That's funny.
Yeah, definitely some interesting stuff here on National Bootleggers Day, as it's such a interesting part of the history of the United States,
Yeah.
and is even more interesting to think about now that we're in an era where alcohol is completely legal, and maybe you guys are drinking some right now wherever you're at. So definitely, maybe thank those bootleggers on today on National Bootleggers Day.
Well, you guys are trying for one of these awesome prizes, and in the meantime, we got some Twins news to talk about, and the Twins pitching projections are far from actually being poor. There is just such a blatantness about it that is hard to conjure up much gusto. Joe Ryan, Sonny Gray, and Tyler Maul are all serviceable more than scintillating, and the team has a bevy of perfectly reasonable fourth and fifth starter options available. This group would look a lot better if it had a bona fide ace at the helm.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that people underrate the Twins pitching room, as they have, like they said, a lot of serviceable guys. Maybe not any of those guys that are going to cause you to go wow or anything like that. But having a bunch of serviceable guys is a good way to start off. I mean, Joe Ryan, Sonny Gray, Tyler Maul all can give us really, really good minutes during and good innings during this upcoming season. We do have a winner, though.
That's right, as Super D over at Carboni's Pizzeria in White Bear Lake is taking home that double Musco, $40.70 in this game number 6. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 7 now with that minor prize back to clicking up to 54 balls or less.
Yeah, it should be some fun stuff, so get enrolled, press play for a game number 7. But talking about the pitching room for our Twins, and we're hoping that, I mean, that would be the dream situation for this, is that, prior to the season, during the off season, maybe in the beginning portion of the season, we can somehow acquire that bona fide starting pitcher, as that would turn us from a, I think, good pitching room with us having so many serviceable guys to having an elite pitching room where that's an actual plus in our Twins category. And I think that's what he's kind of hinting at right there, is that we have a bunch of great, role-playing pitchers. We just need that one guy that we can confidently go, like, he can go 3 innings and no one's going to get a hit on him kind of deal. And that would be great to have in this pitching room.
Absolutely. Well, in the meantime, if you want to show your support with everything going on with the Twins, you can check out the awesome E-Tab game that we teamed up with them for, Twins Win. You can even check out that Home Run Derby bonus round where if you pick a lucky batter, you can end up taking home some Grand Slam prizes.
Definitely some great stuff there. And right now we're playing a little bit of Game Day Bingo, which obviously we like to highlight our Twins while playing the Game Day Bingo as well. But during these games, you're earning points towards our Game Day Bingo standings, which had some huge shakeups just yesterday. Getting bumped back from a 8th place tie into 9th place, we got Stephen B. over at Johan Sports Bar 2, KRC over at Chanticleer Pizza Maple Grove, and Bobo over at Corner Bar in Goodhue. They all have 10,000 points. Breaking out of that tie with them, moving from 8th into a 7th place tie, we got DGG over at Sherwood Lounge, tying it up with already in 7th place Lucky over at Classic Bowl. They both have 11,000 points. With 12,000 points, we have a three-way tie in 4th place, and they were able to stick in 4th place as we got Rock's Jim over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, Brother Nate over at the Chart House, and Jim Rocks over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, all with 12,000 points in 4th place. Getting bumped back, though, from 2nd into 3rd, we got Bowl at Corner Bar in Goodhue with 15,000 points. Getting bumped back from 1st into 2nd, we got Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 18,000 points. And then number 1 player, moving up from 3rd into 1st, bumping back Bowl and Funk, we got 1308 over at the Red Fox Tavern with 19,000 points.
Absolutely. Nicely done to everybody staying in those top 10s already for the season 13. On the location side of things, we jump right into 10th place as they got pushed back from 8th. It's Chanticleer Pizza Maple Grove. They currently sit with 15,000 points. Then in 9th place, getting pushed back from 7th, it's the Classic Bull with 16,000 points. Then coming in from unranked into 8th place, it's the Lincoln Depot as they currently sit with 17,000. Then in 7th place, we've got the Red Fox Tavern with 19,000 points. Then in 6th place, we have American Legion Fridley, who currently sits with 21,000. Then with 22,000 in 5th place, we've got Outtakes. Then in 4th, we've got VFW Spring Lake Park, who currently sits with 25,000 points. Now we've got a tie going on in 2nd between the Corner Bar Goodhue and the Chart House as they currently sit with 26,000.
Ooh, Corner Bar and Goodhue moving up from 3rd into that spot.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be seeing who's going to take over that sole possession of 2nd place, but it's going to take a big push to even rival the 1st place spot as Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards currently sits with 62,000 points so far.
Awesome stuff for those players and locations. But if you're not getting after these awesome games of Game Day Bingo and you just want to take a break from the live bingo, check out our e-tabs. We have over 70 different charitable e-tab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. You'll definitely want to check them out. Right now we're listening to a little Winter Wonderland, a great e-tab game that's Alice in Wonderland themed, and you can take home some great prizes in the bonus and free play rounds in those games.
Absolutely, guys. Definitely go check those out and let us know which one is your favorite. But we have a little bit on this day in music history to talk about with you guys. And the first one happened on this day in 1971 as the halftime entertainment performance of the Super Bowl V in Miami comes courtesy of the Southeast Missouri State Marching Band. And Marvin Gaye even performs the national anthem.
Definitely an awesome one. And I put this in here because I miss marching bands dominating the halftime shows.
I completely
agree.
agree.
I love marching bands. I think they're so cool. If you ever go watch like an Ohio State marching band, or there's a few different marching bands that are very, very well known around the United States. And I would love to see some more of those because that's one of the things I love about college football that the NFL just doesn't have. And I'm like, I would love to see some more marching bands out there for NFL teams.
We do have Brenda over at JB's Tavern taking home that must-go prize, $12.30 going out to you in this round number 7. We're about to be enrolled in a round number 8 with that minor prize clicking up to 56 balls or less. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting ready. But yeah, there's actually a small private school here that's a little bit near I live, and they actually just got to go to Spain, their marching band,
Really?
and perform in like a New Year's parade celebration that they
That's super
had.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, I just want more marching band stuff out there, and I think bringing it back to Super Bowl halftimes would be an amazing thing. As I'm sick of I feel like they just keep on getting grander and grander and bigger as the halftime, and I feel like it's taking away from just how good the halftime show should be.
Oh,
like where now it's
absolutely.
just like throw as many stars on the stage as you possibly can. And I miss, classic old just halftime shows with a marching band. And then Marvin Gaye doing the national anthem. That had to be a fun take of the national anthem.
I just saw a clip of Jack Black singing the national anthem
That
for a
has to be
sporting event,
good.
and it was so good. He's got such a good voice.
Oh, yes, it 100%
and
has
people
to be.
were like, wow, didn't know he could hold a note like that. I'm like, have you guys never heard of Tenacious D?
Yeah, or just listen to School of Rock or
Anything. He's a musical guy.
Half of his movies, he does little singing things that become catchy, and
it was really good.
I'm surprised that not more people know that Jack
People
Black is musically
underestimate Jack
gifted.
Black.
Yeah, he's very musically gifted, and I've heard he's actually really, really smart as well. Just a super smart guy. But most comedians are really smart in general too, though. So
Yeah, no, people just underestimate him in all senses of it.
yeah, that's so fun. Well, in 1971 halftime show, cool one as the Southeastern Missouri State Marching Band performed, and Marvin Gaye did the national anthem. Next up on today in 2000, Garth Brooks is named the 1990s Artist of the Decade at the American Musical Awards, having sold more than 95 million albums, more than any other American recording artist.
Yeah, that's crazy. He sings I've Got Friends in Low Places.
I know that one's super popular.
Callin' Baton Rouge, The Beaches of Cheyenne, The Thunder Rolls, The Dance.
Okay.
If Tomorrow Never Comes. I think I know that.
Okay.
She's Every Woman.
Interesting.
Papa Loved Mama.
Yeah, I really don't
Two
know a lot
Pina
of
Coladas.
the Garth Brooks. Any of his music is gonna completely go over my head unless you're talking about I've Got Friends in Low Places.
Chasing my blues. Yeah, that's probably the only song I know by him.
And that's only because I love using like the deepest voice I can possibly
Yeah.
use and like sing it like that. That's pretty much the only reason I know that.
You want to give us a sample?
No. But
So cool for him. Artist of the Decade.
yeah, I didn't realize that Garth Brooks was that big during
didn't
that
realize
time.
that
Yeah, it
either.
was big enough to be able to send 95 million albums in that decade. Absolutely insane. More by and
I'm
more
sure
than,
Nickelback topped it.
well, it was more than any American recording artist. So
Good thing they're Canadian.
yes, okay, so yeah, they are Canadian. I forgot Nickelback is Canadian. Wow, what an interesting sound. We do have 31 balls dropped in this game,
I know,
number
America's
8.
backbone. Not even American.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay, game number 8
That's
of Game
right.
Day Bingo. We got that minor prize of 56 balls or less. We got players already 9 balls away, like Frank. And now we got Dowina naming it and
Chatify.
claiming it out there. We'll see who can end up taking home a nice prize. But if you guys are taking home nice prizes, make sure you sign up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it. And we also like to highlight those players who just recently get signed up.
That's right. And the players who just signed up include Jen, Matt, and Scooter, B-Den21, Rock On, Tyler 11, Jenny Bear, Doc, JRL, Emma Pine, Dustball75, as well as B Hates. Nicely done to everyone signing up at PGL.world. Welcome to the Pilot Gambling League. Hopefully you guys can earn a couple extra of those points tonight or tomorrow as we have those specialty nights happening. Our MegaSota game night at 6:40 tonight and our Wild Wednesday tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Oh, yeah, and our top 10s have been crazy during these standings, and we'll just get right into them. In 10th place, we got Forget You D at Bobby Joe's with 127,000 points. Before I continue on with these standings, though, we do have a winner.
That's right. Trace over at Howie's Corner Bar in St. Stephen is taking home that must-go prize, $9.90 in this round number 8. We're about to be enrolled in a round number 9 already, our final of the we've got our last 3 games on the docket here with you guys, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled as that minor prize clicks up to 58 balls or less, but I'll let you take the PGL standings away now.
Oh, yeah, just talked about Forget You D in 10th place, but 9th place is Wet Santa, your highlight player to watch tonight over at Duffy's Bar and Grill with 128,180 points. With 128,345 points in 8th place, we got Mr. Wolf over at the Super Bowl. 7th place is Joski over at BFW Watana with 128,675 points. Then in 6th place, we got Hez over the Doghouse Maplewood with 130,000. With 131,000 in 5th place, we got Nixon over at VFW Roseville. 4th place is Dugout over at VFW Spring Lake Park with 135,000 points. With 143,000 points in 3rd place, we got Sherbert over at the Clubhouse at Edinburgh. 2nd place is Big Pimpin' over at the Alibi at Gilbert with 165,000 points. with 169,000 points. In first place, we got PCK 913 over at Ernie's on Gull Lake.
Well, nicely done to everybody in those top 10 standings. Make sure you guys are coming out tonight and tomorrow to make sure you stay in our top 10s. And while you guys are playing, the locations you guys play at also take home points and compete against each other in their own standings. And hopping right into the location PGL standings, in 10th place, we start off with VFW Spring Lake Park, who currently sits with 410,385 points. Now in 9th place, we got the Frosties Bar and Grill and Piers, who currently sits with 417,765 points. Then in 8th place, we've got we have got Leo's Sports Bar in Mazeppa. They currently sit with 426,260 points. 7th place is Eagles Owatonna, as they sit with 427,285 points. 6th place, it's the Flintstones Lounge in Clearwater, who sits with 472,935 points. 5th place, it's the Municipal Liquor Store Millerville in Brandon, as they sit with 520,185 points. Then in 4th place, it's the Alibi Gilbert, as they sit with 570,590 points. 3rd place is Eagles Albert Lake, as they sit with 743,835 points. Then in 2nd place, we've got White Bear Bar and White Bear Lake, as they sit with 774,400 points. Then in 1st place, we've got Beer Stoop Hastings, as they sit with 798,395 points.
Yeah, good job to all of our players and locations, killing it during those PGL nights. Tonight being another PGL night, MegaSota game night, getting started at 6:40. But the following night, Wednesday night, is going to be a Wild Wednesday, run from 7 to 9, giving out a bunch of PGL points. And so we might as well check in with our Minnesota Wild, who are 24, 14, and 4 right now. And we had some big, good news that Matt Boldy is getting a healthy raise and going to be staying in a Wild uniform for a very long time. And the team announced Monday morning that Boldy has agreed to a 7-year, $49 million contract extension. Without the deal, Boldy was set to become a restricted free agent this summer. Super awesome to see that he's going to be with us for a long time, and it's definitely to get us that off. It's good to get that off of our minds as we're heading over to the Capitals today to take them on at 6 p.m.
Absolutely, and we will keep you guys updated with everything happening with our Wild. But in the meantime, if you want to show your support with them, you can check out the awesome eTab game that we've teamed up with them for here at Pilot Games. It's called Let's Go Wild. You can play it anytime where you guys play Pilot Games, and check that out. And check out the Slapshot bonus round where you can take home some huge prizes there as well.
Oh yeah, but let's move from one ice to another as we're checking in with the Fish Report done over at Lake of the Woods by Low Tourism. I'm going to guess Lake of the Woods Tourism on January 17th, 2023. Resorts, ice shelter, renting operations, and anglers are in the heart of the ice fishing season up on Lake of the Woods. Resorts continue to move houses with a goal of staying on the walleyes and saugers. The most active depths for fishing in this past week was 30 to 36 feet of water. Numbers of smaller walleye and saugers are being caught. Anglers are sorting through the mix, capturing some nice eaters under 19.5 inches and releasing some slot fishes 19.5 to 28 inches.
We do have our winner right here, though, is Whoa Big over at Channel in Warsaw. He's taking home that must-go prize, $12.80, going out to you in this round number 9. We're about to be enrolled in round number 10, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled and getting ready. That minor prize is clicking up to 60 balls or less.
Yes, definitely awesome stuff as we're getting into this game number
10.
Game number 10. But talking more about the fishing, trophy walleye 28 inches and over come along at random intervals too. So, I mean, definitely awesome stuff there. Jigging with small jigging spoons tipped with a piece of minnow has been effective. Try glow lighted lure colors on cloudy days and during the twilight periods. Trying gold or even silver on sunny days. Wonder Bread color, chartreuse, glow red, and gold have been good colors.
Oh, yeah.
To increase the odds of action, rig up a dead stick using a slip float, planing hook or large size blade lure and tip it with a live minnow. Often tentative fish attracted but not striking the jigging lure will take the live minnow instead. Possession limits anywhere on the Minnesota side of Lake of the Woods is a combined total limit of 6 fish. Of the 6, a total of 4 walleye may be in possession. The 2 could be sauger. Any other combination of sauger and walleye is allowed as long as you do not have more than 4 walleye. Trophy walleye, 28 inches or longer, may be harvested provided that the anglers possess no more than 1 fish over 28 inches.
All right, well, that sounds like a lot of fun, and I know you guys are going to be out there having a blast on the ice, soaking up every last second you can out there having fun. Well, we want you to capture all the fun you have here with Pilot Games with us as well, and make sure to share them with us any way you can. Whether you're holding up your favorite E-Tab game or holding up the giant jackpot you took home while playing Pilot Games, send all those awesome E-Tab pictures or all of those awesome player pictures our way. You can share them directly with us on our Facebook page, any of your social medias with the hashtag Pilot Games, or you can email them us directly at jackpots@pilotgames.com. You can see exhibits A, B, and C right next to us here in the enrolling screen. We love highlighting them any way we can here on our enrolling screen or throughout the entirety of our day in our commercials.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff there. We do have a little Vikings news to talk about as we're quickly moving into the offseason, as some Vikings this is going to be some Viking free agents this offseason, as some of these are some key players. We got running back Alexander Madison, tight end Irv Smith Jr., center Garrett Bradbury, cornerback Patrick Peterson, kicker Greg Joseph, cornerback Shandon Sullivan, QB Nick Mullins, long snapper Andrew DeBlos.
DePola.
Cornerback Chris Boyd, defensive end Dalvin Tomlinson, and cornerback Duke Shelley. And that's just to name a few of those key players that may be hitting free agency this offseason.
Absolutely, and I don't know if you saw, but there was a little blurb that came up on the computer when I first opened it, and there's talk of extending Justin Jefferson's contract.
Yes, we're going to have to this offseason. We do not want to wait till next season to let him test free agency or anything like that. We want to give him a nice, lengthy, expensive contract because that's what a player like he deserves. He is the best wide receiver in the entire NFL right now, and you want to sign that young talent early. Wide receiver is more valuable than it ever has been in the NFL, and so locking up a guy that is that good for a long time is going to be huge for our Minnesota Vikings, and I'm really hoping that this extension can come earlier than later.
Absolutely. Do you have anything else you want to add about any of those other players going into free agency this season?
So the guys that I would like to keep, I'll just go over quickly.
Yeah.
Running back Alexander Madison, I really like him as a running back. I think he could. Would love to see him start on another team, but him as a backup here has just been fantastic. So Alexander Madison would love to see him back. Cornerback Patrick Peterson, that veteran presence that he has along our defensive backs is absolutely huge. He was he really came to life over this past season, showing that he still has a lot of gas in the tank. So Patrick Peterson, I'd love to see. Garrett Bradbury, I think, is a guy that is shown a lot of hope and promise as a center, and we probably wouldn't have to pay too much for him.
We do have a winner taking home that minor prize, though, $93.44 going out to player Super D over at Carboni's Pizzeria. Nicely done in this game number 10. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 11 with that $22.60 Musco prize getting tacked on to this next round for a double Musco opportunity.
Yeah, I think Greg Joseph, he missed quite a few kicks this season, but hit them when they mattered. So I'm going to say I would love to see Greg Joseph, Greg the leg back. I think also long snapper Andrew DePaula is another guy that I don't really know long snappers, but from what I picked up, it seemed like he did a really good job this season, and so I would love to see him back as well, just keeping him in Minnesota.
All right. Well, in the meantime, if you want to show your support for our Vikings, you can play the awesome eTab game that we teamed up with them for, Vikings Victory. You can pick a lucky letter in the Skull bonus round and end up taking home some trophy prizes.
Definitely some great stuff there. And we got an amazing celebrity birthday list to go over today.
Okay, and the first one on this day in 1706, starting out strong, we got Benjamin Franklin. We have the U.S. founding president, inventor, and ambassador, as well as writer. He did the Poor Richard's Almanac.
Yeah, and I mean, Benjamin Franklin, so many things.
What better way than to celebrate his birthday than by checking out our awesome eTab game, Make It Rain.
Yes, themed after the founding fathers. Absolutely great stuff. Happy birthday, Benjamin Franklin. Next up, born in 1829, we got Catherine Booth, the co-founder of the Salvation Army, known as the Army Mother.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely huge. Salvation Army still out there today,
Incredible.
raising money for soldiers. Absolutely huge stuff.
Yeah, as well as giving people a chance to have a look at things secondhand and giving opportunity to people with lower income and just making sure that everyone has those things that they need.
It's a really awesome thing that she was able to co-found and is absolutely huge. Happy birthday, Catherine Booth.
Yeah, next up in 1878, we got Philadelphia Jack O'Brien. He is the American boxer. He was the world light heavyweight champion of 1905.
I just love the name, Philadelphia Jack O'Brien.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a legendary. Maybe
Seems like an outlaw name.
Maybe this guy's a guy that Rocky was themed after. That would feel right. If Rocky was themed after this guy, it would totally make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Would just fit the mold. But yeah, he is when he defeated Bob Fitzsimmons for the Universal World title. Rather than defending his title, he instead abandoned it in order to fight at the heavyweight class.
Yeah, it said that he had wonderful agility as well as fast hands and fast feet on top of it.
Philadelphia Jack O'Brien. Next up, one that we've already talked about today, born in 1922, we got Betty White, an American Emmy Award-winning comic actress with the longest TV career of any female entertainer. She was in The Mary Tyler Moore Show as Sue Ann Nevins, and in Golden Girls as Rose. She also makes an appearance in The Proposal and many, many other works.
Absolutely. We love Betty White. My car's named after her. She's just an amazing woman.
Yeah, everyone loves Betty White.
How can you not?
I don't know anybody who's said a bad thing about Betty White.
And
she's
if you
in
have
so
something
many
bad to
great
say
things.
about Betty White, there's something wrong with you.
Just don't.
Just don't.
But so many great works that she's been a part of. Do you have a favorite thing that Betty White has done?
Probably You Again.
You Again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh, it's star-studded. It's got Kristen Bell playing Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, who's playing Betty White's daughter.
Wow.
And it's the three generations and their frenemies. And it is so good. And it's Betty White versus Cloris Leachman. And it's got Sigourney Weaver versus Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
And it's got Kristen Bell versus, I don't know, the actress who is her
For sure.
dueling head. But
Absolutely awesome.
definitely my favorite.
And I think, I'd have to give Golden Girls an honorable mention in my cases. There were so many times where just randomly I would go downstairs and Golden Girls would be on the TV, and I would just end up watching Betty White on TV just because
good.
I was a TV addict as a middle school
Yeah.
kid, and I would just be like, it's
this
on.
is on.
It's on the TV, and I would watch it. But a Golden Girls honorable mention. But my favorite thing that she's probably been a part of, my favorite thing is just probably Betty White, as I just enjoy her. The Cats documentary is probably my actual favorite thing that I've watched her a part of. But I'll go with The Proposal, being the most popular movie that I've seen her in.
Really good stuff. We do have Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley taking home that must-go prize, $34.70. Going out to you in this game number 11. We're about to be enrolled in our final round of Game Day Bingo.
Ooh, game 12 should be fun stuff. Minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. But we have so many more celebrity birthdays to go over. In 1929, we got Jack Plate, a Canadian NHL goaltender, wore number 1, and he was the first to wear a gold goaltending mask.
Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, a trendsetter who probably got made
Kept
fun of
all
a
his
lot,
teeth.
but now I think the goaltender
The
mask
first
is
goalie in
iconic.
history not to lose a tooth.
He has to be just just absolutely cool that he was the first one to do it. As like that's one of the coolest like looks of
Yeah.
any sport
And
position.
Jason was born.
Like that is so cool. Well, definitely awesome. Yeah, Jason was born. Happy birthday, Jack Plate.
Nicely done. Next up, in 1931, born on this day, we've got James Earl Jones. He is the American Tony, Emmy, Grammy, and Golden Globe winning actor. He did The Great White Hope. He was the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars, and he was also in A Field of Dreams.
Yeah, he's also in so many others. I mean, he's also in Sandlot, isn't he? Or is that
no.
I always get him and
He's in Wakanda. Not Wakanda. He's in Black Panther, isn't he?
he's in Coming to America, Lion King, Field of Dreams. Obviously, he is in
He is-
Sandlot. Okay, he's
oh.
he's
Is he the neighbor?
the owner of the dog.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yes, of the big scary dog. He's the owner of him that formerly played the blind man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a really, really good character. I was worried because I always get him mixed up with a different really good actor, and they're different age groups and doesn't work well together. But it's for some reason I get them mixed up.
I can't think of his most iconic role I know him from.
Yeah, mine would have to be him in as the voice of Darth Vader. Absolutely killed it as
Yeah.
that. As I'm pretty sure the guy who actually played Darth Vader was a skinny, tall dude, and
so funny.
James Earl Jones just was the voice of Darth Vader, which is really funny to think about people acting with a completely different voice than what actually came over on the television screen.
Yeah. That's super funny. He was also a voice in Robots.
Yes, he was a voice in Robots as well.
Oh, I don't know what it is that I know him from. Well, happy birthday, James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I always get James Earl Jones mixed up
Oh.
with Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the two I mix up with each other.
All
But
right.
James Earl Jones, absolutely awesome. My favorite work of James Earl Jones is actually probably a little different than most people's favorites, as I love the short stories that he did, Disney American Legends. One of my favorites, as he does the narration of that story. Has Paul Bunyan actually in it, one of Minnesota's biggest legends.
Very
But
cool. Happy
speaking
birthday.
of legends, 1942, Muhammad Ali was born, an American boxer, world heavyweight champion, greatest boxer of all time. Just absolutely awesome. Don't have to talk much about him, as Muhammad Ali, greatest boxer of all time, and it's not really debated about.
Now, pull one legend to another. In 1962, we got Jim Carrey, the Canadian-American actor, known for The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask, and many more.
Oh, such a good one of the most animated actors
Yeah.
I've ever seen ever.
Incredible.
Really, the way he could distort his face was so cool. Next up, born in 1964, we got Michelle Obama, first African-American, U.S. First Lady, from 2009 to 2016, and did a lot of stuff in what I remember her for, and I'm still not sure if I
Health
think of it as a
movement.
good thing or a bad thing, and it was the health movement in all of our child school lunches.
It was great in hindsight, but it made a lot of kids mad.
I was so upset as a child.
I think everyone had,
Yeah,
had
but-
beef with Michelle
now,
Obama during that.
But now I'm getting a little bit more around to it.
Yes. Next up in 1980, we've got one of my favorite actresses, Zooey Deschanel. She's the American actress known for Almost Famous, Elf, New Girl, and she's also a singer from the group She and Him.
Definitely. I definitely like her from New Girl. In 1982, we got Dwayne Wade, an American basketball player who played for the Miami Heat and Chicago Bulls, and is legendary teammate with LeBron James for the Miami Heat. Won multiple championships. Great player.
All right, happy birthday, and happy birthday to all of our celebrities. And if it's your birthday out there as well, happy birthday out to you. We have some movies that were released on this day in history, but before we talk about that, we got our final winner, Whoa Big, over at the Channel Inn of Warsaw, taking home that must-go prize, $16.30. The movie is released on this day in 1939, is Gone with the Wind. In 1997, Beverly Hills Ninja. In 2003, we got Kangaroo Jack. 2014, we got Cloud 9, and in 2020, Doolittle was released.
Yeah, that's the good old Robert Downey Jr. Jr., RDJ Doolittle.
Haven't seen that one.
But we do have a player spotlight as you guys are getting into some Lucky 4 bingo, and that's Katie over at Riverside Inn in Holly, who took home $7,528. And over at the Riverside Inn in Holly, they're supporting the Holly Firemen's Relief Association Triple Crown. And their mission is that their relief association exists primarily to provide a support system to firefighters. Absolutely awesome stuff. And just a little reminder that whenever you guys are playing Pilot games, your community wins.
See you guys.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus! Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha. Hello.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
It's really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot games. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago. She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun. It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson!
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus. Ba 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 ba.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago. She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun. It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
it's awesome.
Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.